All right, so it is time. This is Infinite Game, and I normally talk about investments, alternative investments, sports cards, stocks, real estate, all that stuff. But this is basically part two of the previous video I did. It's about PWCC, basically cutting ties with eBay. So before it was eBay announced that they caught PWCC shield bidding, and which is true. They were shield bidding, and I'll tell you why in a second. But they caught them shield bidding, and part of the reason why eBay cut them, restricted them, is because they knew that they were already starting to sell stuff on their own platform, and they were planning to break off from eBay anyway. And basically, them knowing about the shield bidding incident basically gave them the leverage they need to go ahead and just cut ties with PWCC without really hurting eBay much. What people don't know is there's been a 2-year investigation by the FBI for shield bidding. The FBI has been doing investigation in the sports card market. It was PSA a few years ago. It was about trimming cards and just inconsistencies in grading. And then after that, you actually started to see PWCC selling, grading cards at a rate. It's not even a rate of how they were grading cards. It's more to do with how hard they were grading the cards. So a lot of cards that would have got a 10 are starting to get 9s and 8s, and they're just like looking at cards now after that investigation more closely. It's not intentional where they're trying to change the market or influence it or something like that. They just want to make sure cards aren't fake because they don't want to go through that whole investigative process, and that's why PSA was sold and stuff like that. Now PWCC, they're being investigated by the FBI. The issue is that PWCC has been doing shield bidding, and they've even messaged me to shield bid items, and I believe they offered me, I didn't do it, but I believe they offered me like money. I know some people personally who were paid. I think they were paid a decent amount to basically shield bid cards. A lot of these cards had to do with it honestly depending on what season or what part of the year was. A lot of the times it was like right before the season started. A lot of things that were shield bidded were like 2012 Panini Prism. Other cards like Bobo cards, Tyler Hero. Other cards that were shield bidded was 2014 World Cup Prism cards were shield bidded. I believe, and please do not let this get out, and please do not share this. Don't let this get out just because I don't want anyone to get invested by the FBI or anything like that. So, yeah, people were basically influencing the market. They were doing the same thing with Pokemon and also Yu-Gi-Oh as well. Some of that first edition stuff, people were shield billing it all to hell. And I've bought stuff from PWCC, and there have been auctions that were on the same day that sold for much higher. So they are rewarding, and a lot of these people are customers of PWCC who are shield bidding, and PWCC did encourage this from them. And yeah, I mean, they're just trying to boost up the market. So more people, they want to increase the prices, so more sellers can send their cards to them, so they can either hold in their vault or sell through them. And they can say, oh, these cards are selling for this much, they're selling at a premium, and we have all these services, so they can get more and more business, so they can grow, so they can split off from eBay. That was the plan all along. But I don't know if they're going to continue to do this. I think since they've been called out, they probably won't. But that's just one of the tricks they've done, and they're not the only ones, but they're like the main players who are doing it. I know a group of people who are doing the same. It's really the same group of people who are doing it for Probstein 123, but I haven't seen any evidence of Probstein actually paying them or trying to bribe them to do this. I haven't seen any emails or anything like that. I think there are people who just have eBay accounts that are just kind of trying to bid up their stuff, but it hasn't been as much as like PWCC. Like a lot of stuff from probes and you can get for pretty good discounts. And also the retracting bid thing. A lot of people are doing this for PWCC where they're bidding stuff up extremely high and then they retract it at the last minute. For stuff to either sell extremely high or extremely low, but below market value. And also, I have some issues with the $180,000 PWCC bid. There's some issues with that where it was gonna be not 180,000. It was gonna be a little bit more than that, but they just canceled it really because the price was so low. But I'm not really trying to get into all that. The big news here though is that PWCC is going to be selling on their own platform now. So they're going to be completely breaking away from eBay, and they are going to change the fees. They plan to make them a little lower than what they are. They prefer to do high value cars. They don't really want to do low value stuff. So they're going to try to make it a way where the fees are going to be very harsh on stuff that's probably under $500 or $250 and more favorable for higher end stuff. They have to kind of compete with Probstein, but I think they're going to try to find a way to get around it. So you may expect if you sell things for PWCC that they're going to take a smaller percentage. Probably not by much, but it'll be a little bit smaller and it'll be how they can market it. But yeah, like don't tell anyone, it shouldn't get out. This should not get out because I don't want to hurt the sports car market. But yeah, I guess it's a business and you got to do whatever you got to do. It's not just sports cars, but they're doing this with Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and a lot of other stuff. And it's worked out well for them. I don't think they're going to have any real repercussions. I think people are going to trust PWCC and go back to their stuff. And I think actually shill bidding has actually worked for them, and I think it's going to help their company. I don't necessarily think they probably need it as much, but I think it's probably going to help them in the long run. But yeah, I would say please like, but don't like this video. I would say please subscribe, but yeah, just don't share this.